Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to make a video on Mastodon, helping you use it, help you decide if you should use it, how to use it, and stuff like that, as well as my general experience with it so far. Now, I've moved from Twitter just because I've never really liked Twitter, to be honest. I find the engagement is really low. It's hard for people to find what you're posting. The community there isn't really that good. Twitter, for me, has always just been a place where people just go to look at bigger celebrities and see what they're posting, and it's just like a message board for celebrities. For the daily user, though, there's not really much to Twitter. It doesn't really have much engagement, much community vibes, and it's kind of like a social media platform that in a lot of ways people don't really use. And now Mastodon is something like Twitter, and this is what it looks like right here on my screen, and this is me using it. Mastodon is different in a lot of ways, ways that I do like. Right off the bat, I'll discuss that in a second. If you guys do want to follow me at Mastodon, I am at Tom Spark. You'll find my profile here with this funny little picture of me, doctored up photo, as well as some of my information here. So guys, let's go ahead and start discussing Mastodon. I think I do like it more than Twitter already, and one of the things I do like about it is that it has a bigger character limit. Especially this instance that I'm on. This instance is called infosec.exchange, and the way I get to this place is typing that into my web browser. What exactly does that mean exactly? Well, each instance is basically a website hosted. People are using a protocol, and Mastodon is kind of the way we interact with that protocol. So this instance is ran by people interested in information security exchange. I joined this instance of Mastodon because I saw Daniel McKay, the leader of Graphene OS, recommend it, and so far my experience with it has been positive. Another thing with this is that you have a bigger character limit, which actually means that you can kind of use this on not only in the same way as you could with Twitter, but you can even write blogs on here and stuff like that. Now, it's not going to necessarily have the same experience as blogs, but it's cool that it gives that limit, and I've been frustrated with Twitter a lot of the times, not being able to post as much as I want in terms of the content within the text box. You'll see on Twitter people making stupid threads with 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the general interface for longer posts doesn't work well on Twitter, and it works well on this instance. So if you guys are looking for an instance, a way to join Mastodon, I would recommend this one since it does seem pretty well moderated. A collection of privacy and information security users just like me and maybe just like you. However, that said, there's also other instances you can join, some bigger and stuff like that, with a variety of rules, and there's tools like instances.social, which you can actually find different varieties of different servers. Now, the way Mastodon works, that's interesting, and one thing I didn't really grasp off the bat is that it's all kind of connected. So there's all these different people hosting these websites and servers. However, they're all kind of joined together in what is called a federation. So the federation means that you can kind of have a profile on one server, and then let's say you get banned or something like that, you could just move it to a different server. Not only that, the different servers hosted by different people who pay for it and stuff like that can interact with each other. So even though I'm on infosec.exchange, I could still interact and talk to people who are using different instances of Mastodon. So that's probably the coolest thing about it. In an extent, using it like Twitter. Twitter is just one company hosting one server or thousands of servers, whereas Mastodon is maybe hundreds of different people hosting their own instances, but they all kind of can talk together in a federation, and that's how Mastodon works. Now, in the day-to-day stuff, Mastodon is very similar to Twitter. You got your posts, your followers, and stuff like that. You have the retweets and stuff like that, and there's some different word terminology. I think it's called a boost if you retweet someone. It's called a favorite if you heart someone, and you can share and stuff like that as well. I do think saying something here and publishing it is called a toot. I'm not quite sure about that, but I think that's what it is. Mastodon also has a couple different apps you could download and look at it and log into your account. I'm using one. I think it's called MetaText. I've heard that's the best one to use. It's a pretty nice application for iPhone, and it works fine. It's got a pretty good black dark mode, so it works well to interact with Mastodon. If we're looking at the settings, there are a couple different settings you could change as well. You could autoplay GIFs, reduce animations, and stuff like that, which is cool. I haven't really played around with this too much. It would be cool if you could change the colors. It looks like there is a different way to do that. So let's try high contrast, get some reskins, additional the selected Mastadon. So let's see if we go back and it looks slightly different. Doesn't seem to be working, but I'm sure there's kind of ways to customize that with different things. You can also customize the followers. These are some people I've been following. So that's actually kind of cool. You could select people and unfollow them. So it's way quicker than Twitter. I don't think Twitter really had a way to do that. There's even filters. You could kind of set up, add a filter, and you could kind of exclude things and stuff like that, which is really nice. So Mastodon, put it very simply, is a much more powerful and customizable version of Twitter, which is really nice, especially if you want to take advantage of some of those cool features. So it does seem to be the high contrast mode, and then you do have the light mode. And then the default mode. I'm not really sure the difference between default and high contrast. Doesn't really seem to do much for me. We also have the vanilla Mastodon. So Masto 95. What does that look like? Oh my god. Is this what I'm on right now? Wow. That's kind of crazy. I don't know how this... so this is suggesting people for posts. I don't really want to do that right now. And then it's gonna load some of the stuff. Wow, that is interesting. That is very interesting. So as you can see, guys, tons of customization here. I don't know if I like the vanilla Mastodon. Let's try the high contrast. Here we go, kind of just how it looked. Now this is kind of like how Discord looks for me or something like that. So guys, in terms of being objective, you know, are there any downfalls with Mastodon? Well, of course, you're going to have to get your friends to move over to it and build a new community, but that's never a bad thing. Probably the most interesting thing about Mastodon is the instance creation. So whoever owns infosec.exchange is kind of like the CEO of this little area. They have free reign to moderate and kind of control it how they see fit. So in some ways, it's sort of like Reddit in that example. I could see some concerning things happening there if the moderation or management of each of these instances doesn't go well. But overall, it's not that much different than Twitter. Twitter is also managed by Elon Musk now and banning whoever he sees fit. So with Mastodon, the cool thing is you could always make your own instance and make your own rules, but still interact with other people if you want to. So that is pretty much the pro and con with that kind of system they've designed. So overall, there we go, guys. I think that's a pretty good overview of Mastodon, how it works, and the fact it's much better. A couple of other things that I talked about is, you know, Twitter, the community aspect isn't there. For some reason, I've found that when I post things on Mastodon, it's found easier. People find it easier and interact with it more. Who's to say how that will go or improve going forward or decline? I don't know. But anyways, guys, I encourage you to follow me at TomSpark. I will probably be posting here instead of Twitter from now on if you want to keep up to date with channel updates, some of my random thoughts and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, see you again very soon.